When the studio bell rang to signal the start of the final day of filming for the final season of Outlander, no one expected that Sam Heughan, the Jamie Fraser of millions of hearts, would shock the entire crew, the media and the fans with an unexpected action. A truth that had been kept secret for nearly a decade. A decision that only the crazy would dare to do. And now, it has been revealed. It all started with a mysterious envelope. That morning, Katrina Balfe walked into her private trailer at Cumbernauld Studios, and came across an envelope neatly placed on the dressing table. There was no sender's name, just one word, forgive. She opened it, and almost dropped the paper inside. It was a copy of the ownership certificate for a plot of land in Skye, the land that was the famous romantic setting in Season 1 of Outlander. Accompanying it was a handwritten message. 10 years ago, this place witnessed our first smile. Now, it is yours, if you still believe that there was something real between us. Katrina stood still. The S could only be Sam. Fire a confession to the camera, not in the script. Around 11 a.m., the crew entered the final scene, an iconic scene, where Jamie and Claire stood in the middle of Scotland, looking to the past and the future. The camera started rolling. Katrina was preparing her lines when Sam suddenly broke the entire rhythm of the film with an unscripted sentence. I have never dared to say this in all this time, but I love you, Claire, not just in the movie. For real. Sam loves Katrina. No one in the crew moved. The director thought he was trying out a new way of acting. But Sam's eyes, red eyes, choked voice, were not acting. Katrina took a step back, her heart pounding. She could not believe what she had just heard. The camera kept rolling. The scene was recorded in full, raw, real and unrepeatable. Collision. The truth gradually revealed. It was all planned by Sam. 2 hours later, Sam Heughan disappeared from the set. He did not answer the phone, did not appear at the farewell party for the crew. Instead, a 3-minute video was posted on his Instagram account, exactly at 7 p.m. London time. In the video, Sam sat in a small wooden house, behind a pine forest, and the sunset dyed the whole frame red. He looked straight into the camera, calm but emotional. I always lived 2 lives. One is Jamie Fraser, who loved Claire until the end of his life. And the other is me, who loved a woman for 10 years, but never dared to tell the truth. I was afraid of losing friendships, afraid of my career failing, afraid of scrutiny. But when the film ended, I did not want to regret. Katrina, if you are watching this video, you know what is true. And if you still feel that way, meet me in Skye. Our old place. The video ends with the words, real love doesn't need a script. Tornado. Global media shock. Less than 20 minutes after the video was posted, the phrase #Sam Heughan confession climbed to the #1 spot on Twitter worldwide. British, American and even European media reported the news. Entertainment Weekly magazine headlined, "It's not Jamie, it's Sam. The love confession that rocks the Outlander fandom." Meanwhile, millions of fans shared the shocking moment on set, cut from the final scene. Some were moved, some couldn't believe it, and quite a few burst into tears. Eyes and Katrina's reaction? 24 hours later, Katrina Balfe posted a photo on Instagram. In the photo was a train ticket to the Isle of Skye, booked for the next day. No caption, no tag, but fans understood. The whole world understood. And then, like a cinematic dream, Katrina was spotted at Kyle of Lochosh Pier, wearing a grey sweater and scarf, clutching an old leather notebook, where she used to jot down script ideas while filming the first season. A local photographer happened to capture the moment Sam and Katrina stood next to each other on the shore of Skye. The sun had just set, and they hugged. No words, just a long hug that seemed to erase all distance, all years. Clapperboard. Outlander ends, but a real love story begins? Sam Heughan did what no one else dared to do. Dare to choose the truth. Dare to give up silence, go beyond the role to live true to the emotions that have been hidden for nearly a decade. And Katrina, the woman who always kept a calm, rational image, finally let her heart speak. Their story, beyond the set, beyond the screen, has become a new legend. And this time, no director, no script. Just them, and the truth, the unexpected love story between Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe in the previous season was like a storm of media and emotions, far beyond the framework of a TV series. It was not only a touching moment of two hearts that had been together on screen, but also a turning point that shocked and moved Outlander fans. In this sequel, the story continues to develop in a surprising way, when true love faces public opinion, the past and even sacrifice for art. Fire unexpected return at a public event. 3 weeks after Sam's historic confession and the moment of hugging on the Isle of Skye, the whole world waited to see what would happen next. They didn't have to wait long. A behind-the-scenes documentary premiere event of Outlander took place in London, where both Sam and Katrina were invited to attend. The international media was in large numbers, as this was the first time the two stars had appeared publicly together after all that had happened. When Sam stepped onto the red carpet, he was wearing a smart black suit, his eyes calm but not hiding his excitement. A few minutes later, Katrina appeared, an ivory dress, loose hair, and a very small but genuine smile. No one knew in advance whether they would go alone or together. But after a few camera flashes, something magical happened. Sam walked up, held out his hand, and Katrina took it. The two walked into the event to thunderous applause. Speech balloon. Sam said, "I'm not playing Jamie anymore, I'm living the real life." During a live interview at the event, a BBC reporter asked, "Sam, do you think that going public with your real-life relationship will affect Jamie Fraser's image in the hearts of fans?" Sam smiled, his voice calm, "Maybe. But I'm not Jamie anymore. I've lived that role for almost 10 years. Now it's time for Sam Heughan to be real, not a character, not a mask." Katrina looked at him, her eyes softer than ever. She continued, "I used to think that keeping my distance was the safest thing. But I forgot that the human heart doesn't need a script." That statement made the whole room silent for a few seconds before exploding into applause. Memo: a new project, and a new chapter in life. After the event, the news spread. Sam and Katrina were developing an independent film together, inspired by the journey between two longtime actors, overcoming misunderstandings and distance to find each other again. The project's tentative title, Second Take, a profound metaphor for a second chance in both art and life. Many Hollywood producers have offered to support the funding. However, Sam and Katrina have refused. "We want it to be as real, as sincere, as free from commercial pressure," they assert. Sparkling Heart fans unanimously agree. This is no longer a movie story. It's the love story we've been waiting for. On social media, fans around the world have begun calling their story, The Real Outlander. One fan page even posted a video recreating behind-the-scenes moments from the past 10 years, spliced with the couple's real statements, making everyone who watches it feel moved. The most prominent comment reads, "We loved Jamie and Claire. But it turns out, Sam and Katrina are even more beautiful than what the screenwriter could have written." When the truth is revealed, love has a chance to be reborn, not on a movie set, but between two real people, in real life. And sometimes the most beautiful scenes are the ones that are not prepared in advance.